Did you know that most people trust information that confirms their existing beliefs, even if it's false? This phenomenon is more common than you might think and affects us all in various aspects of our lives. This tendency, known as confirmation bias, is a powerful cognitive shortcut that can lead us astray. It influences how we process information, often without us even realizing it. Imagine for a moment a world where everyone only seeks out information that reinforces what they already believe. This would create echo chambers where diverse perspectives are drowned out and critical thinking is stifled. This isn't science fiction, it's a reality we all face to some degree. In our daily lives, we often gravitate towards news sources, social media groups, and communities that share our viewpoints. Confirmation bias is a fundamental aspect of human psychology, an evolutionary remnant of our survival instincts. In ancient times, quick decision-making based on familiar patterns could mean the difference between life and death. Our brains are wired to seek patterns and make quick judgments, a skill that served us well in our early evolutionary history. This ability helped our ancestors survive in a world full of immediate dangers and uncertainties. However, in our complex modern world, this same instinct can lead to serious errors in judgment. The rapid spread of misinformation and the overwhelming amount of data we encounter daily can exacerbate this issue. The good news is that by understanding confirmation bias, we can learn to mitigate its effects and become more critical thinkers. By actively seeking out diverse perspectives and questioning our assumptions, we can make more informed decisions. Education and awareness are key. Engaging in discussions with people who hold different viewpoints, reading widely, and being open to new information can help us overcome the limitations of confirmation bias. By fostering a mindset of curiosity and openness, we can navigate the complexities of our modern world more effectively. Let's strive to be more mindful of our cognitive biases and work towards a more informed and balanced perspective. Confirmation bias is our brain's way of taking shortcuts. It's a mental shortcut that helps us make sense of the vast amount of information we encounter daily. Instead of carefully evaluating all available evidence, our brains tend to filter information in a way that supports our existing beliefs and opinions. We tend to favor information that aligns with our preconceived notions, often without even realizing it. This selective attention can shape our worldview in significant ways. This happens subtly and often unconsciously. Our minds are constantly at work sifting through data and experiences to find patterns that fit our expectations. We might gravitate towards news sources that echo our political leanings, reinforcing our existing views and making us more resistant to opposing perspectives. Or we might readily accept evidence that supports our existing opinions, while dismissing or ignoring information that contradicts them. Think about a time you encountered information that challenged your beliefs. How did you react? Did you immediately embrace it, or did you find yourself searching for reasons to dismiss it? More often than not, we tend to look for flaws in the opposing argument rather than reconsidering our own stance. That's confirmation bias at work. It's a natural part of human cognition, but it can lead to a skewed perception of reality. This bias isn't about being stubborn or close-minded. It's about how our brains are wired to process information efficiently. Our brains are designed to conserve energy and make quick decisions. It's about how our brains are wired to process information efficiently, even if that efficiency comes at the cost of accuracy. Understanding this can help us become more aware of our own biases, even if that efficiency comes at the cost of accuracy. By recognizing confirmation bias, we can strive to be more open-minded and critical in our thinking, leading to a more balanced and informed perspective. Recognizing our own biases is perhaps the most challenging step in overcoming them. We like to think of ourselves as rational, objective thinkers, but the truth is we all fall prey to confirmation bias. The first step is acknowledging that this bias exists within us all. It's not a sign of weakness, but rather an opportunity for growth. Once we accept our susceptibility to bias, we can begin to question our own assumptions and seek out diverse perspectives. This requires conscious effort and a willingness to challenge our own deeply held beliefs. Confirmation bias pervades every aspect of our lives. From the political arena to our personal relationships, it is a cognitive bias that causes us to favor information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs and dismiss information that contradicts them. In politics, it fuels polarization, as individuals selectively consume information that reinforces their existing views. This selective exposure to information creates a divide, making it difficult for people to understand or even consider opposing viewpoints. This leads to echo chambers where dissenting opinions are silenced and nuanced discussions become impossible. Within these echo chambers, people become more entrenched in their beliefs, often becoming more extreme in their views. In social media, algorithms amplify confirmation bias by feeding us content that aligns with our past behavior, creating filter bubbles that limit our exposure to diverse perspectives. These algorithms are designed to keep us engaged, but they also reinforce our existing beliefs, making it harder to encounter and understand different viewpoints. Even in our personal relationships, confirmation bias can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts, as we interpret our loved ones' actions through the lens of our own preconceptions. This can cause us to misinterpret their intentions, leading to unnecessary arguments and strained relationships. By recognizing and addressing our own confirmation biases, we can foster more open and understanding interactions, both in our personal lives and in the broader societal context. A few practical strategies to combat confirmation bias. Overcoming confirmation bias is an ongoing process, but there are practical strategies we can all employ. One effective technique is to actively seek out information that challenges our viewpoints. Instead of just reading news from sources that align with your beliefs, make a conscious effort to explore alternative perspectives. Another helpful strategy is to engage in respectful dialogue with people who hold different views. Listen attentively to their arguments, ask clarifying questions, and try to understand their reasoning. By exposing ourselves to diverse perspectives, we can broaden our understanding of complex issues and mitigate the influence of confirmation bias. Embracing the antidote to bias. Diversity of thought is essential for a healthy society. When we surround ourselves with people who think like us, we limit our potential for growth and innovation. Embracing diverse perspectives, on the other hand, allows us to challenge our assumptions, refine our thinking, and arrive at more informed conclusions. It also helps to cultivate empathy and understanding, bridging divides and fostering collaboration. By actively seeking out and valuing diverse viewpoints, we can create a more inclusive and intellectually vibrant society. We should be cultivating critical thinking for a more united world. Overcoming confirmation bias is not just an individual pursuit, it's a collective responsibility. By promoting critical thinking skills in education, encouraging respectful dialogue in public discourse, and fostering a culture of intellectual humility, we can create a more informed and united society. Let's commit to questioning our assumptions, embracing diverse perspectives, and engaging in constructive dialogue, even when it's difficult. The future of our planet depends on our ability to think critically and work together to solve complex challenges. Together, we can overcome the divisive forces of confirmation bias and build a brighter future for all.